The prophecy is clear. Watchmen will be raised up in the end days to warn the apostate church to repent and to turn back to the Holy Covenant, refreshed by Yeshua Messiah. These are the times of refreshing. Peter in Acts chapter 3 is quoting directly from Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19. Because Messiah is that capital P prophet whom Moses said would come and teach us the Ten Commandments, all that was desired at Horeb. We were warned also by the Apostle Paul in Romans 11 that if these Gentile converts were to make the same mistakes and go after the same idols of the heathen roundabout that got the northern kingdom of Israel divorced by God in 2 Kings 17, that you would be cut off. And today, this apostate Christian church doing Christmas and Easter is making all those fatal mistakes. Messiah says, "Why call me Lord, Lord, and not do as I say to do?" Similarly to that, in Matthew chapter 15, he says, "This people draws nigh to me with their lips, but with their heart they're far from me." Or they draw nigh to me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips, but with their heart they're far from me. So, that's quoting from Isaiah 29. It's also quoting from Ezekiel 33. Very interesting. Messiah said in Mark chapter 13, "What I say unto you, I say unto all, watch." Why is that? Because we are all called to be watchmen, and that's the purpose of the videos that I make and my brothers and sisters at Straight as the Gate make, because we're looking for harvest workers that are going to sound the alarm, but you can only do that if you're keeping the Ten Commandments yourself. Then you can fulfill the royal law and teach the Ten Commandments to others and rebuke those when they are in error. This is the love of God and the love of neighbor, to keep the Ten Commandments and to rebuke sin, to teach the Ten Commandments. So let's go to Ezekiel 33, and we'll start in verse 31. "And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them." Sound familiar? "For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness." Now, with the apostate Christian church, that's Christmas and Easter, even Sun God Day worship, going to church for 30 years as a Christian. Meanwhile, it's idolatry. It's Sabbath breaking. These are the things that are going to disqualify you from entry into the kingdom of heaven. Revelation 22:14, Matthew 19 verse 17, Messiah says, "To enter life, keep the commandments." Paul says in 1 Corinthians 15, "Awake to righteousness and sin not. I speak this to your shame." Back to Ezekiel 33. Verse 32, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument." David writes about an instrument with 10 strings, a harp with 10 strings, representing 10 commandments that this wicked apostate Christian church doesn't keep. They consider the commandments of God to be a strange thing. They're grievous to the apostate church. We are to delight in those commandments and delight in his weekly Sabbath. "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. And when this comes to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." Don't wait. Repent now. Keep the Ten Commandments, eat clean, and fulfill the royal law. And when you find yourself in tribulation, he will not forget you. He will not forsake you if you are obedient unto his voice and you take hold of those covenants that was made to our fathers. Covenant to Noah, we must eat clean. The covenant given to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that was ratified in stone in Moses' time, the Ten Commandments, they are everlasting. Only sacrificial law was finished at Calvary, along with the Talmudic ordinances and Jewish customs and man-made traditions. But the Ten Commandments are everlasting. You must do them. Blessed are they that do the commandments, and gain entry into the kingdom of heaven, and can eat from the tree of life. It is written,